BlazBlue has a large number of defensive options at your disposal. You don't need to know all of them to enjoy the game, but you'll be a better player once you become acquainted with them. Press the direction opposite of your opponent to block their attacks, back to block high attacks, and down back to block low ones. If you're blocking a special attack, each hit will lower your HP by a small amount, which is commonly called chip damage. Keep in mind that not all attacks can be blocked while standing. Some attacks need to be blocked low, and vice versa. So watch what your opponent is doing and react appropriately. Press A, B, or C while you're knocked down to roll and quickly get up. You can control a roll's direction with the D-pad and even perform it while you're in the air. Remember that if you're knocked down, you're still open to be hit by your opponent, so make sure you roll at the right time to avoid getting smashed. The more common term for this act of recovering is the Japanese martial arts word ukemi, which roughly translates to falling technique. You may come across that word often if you're looking stuff up online. In BlazBlue, exclamation marks will appear over you every time you're thrown normally, a green one if it's a regular throw, and a set of purple ones if you're thrown while being hit. Press B and C during that time to escape it. And no, you can't mash buttons. If you do that, a big fat throw reject miss will appear on the screen and you'll still be thrown. So keep an eye on what your opponent is doing and you'll be just fine. Hold A and B while you're blocking to perform a barrier block. Blocking this way will stop the movement of the guard Libra, push your opponent further away, and negate any chip damage you receive from normally blocking special attacks. This move gives you a slightly stronger block in exchange for draining your barrier gauge, but be careful so you don't completely drain it. If it empties out, you'll enter a danger state where you'll take more damage if you're hit. The barrier gauge automatically recovers over time. Block just before you're hit to perform an instant block. You'll know you're doing it right when your character flashes white. When you use an instant block, you'll take less time to recover from the block, meaning you'll be able to retaliate that much faster, and you'll even gain a little heat. For those who are interested, it's 5-frame advantage on the ground and a 10-frame advantage in the air. Press forward, A, and B while you're blocking to perform a counter assault. This move needs 50% of your heat gauge, but allows you to knock your opponent away from a blocking stance. It's a good way to get out if you're being pressured and have some heat to spare. Press A, B, C, and D to use your barrier burst. This is your last line of defense, able to knock your opponent away if you're blocking or being comboed. Once it's been used, it completely expands your barrier gauge and throws you in a danger state for the rest of the round. For those who are interested, a barrier burst activates in 8 frames with a full barrier gauge, 20 frames with 99 to 50% of the gauge, and 32 frames in 49 to 1%.